it's interesting to, important to say that the first album, Sharon Profound, I think it's sort of like a children in mind. That's a children music, very virgin-minded or so. And the second one, Splendid Isolation, is a sort of a male album, like a young male who is trying to show off and trying to dominate whatsoever. And the third album is about women, about females. This is why I called it Passive Control. This is why it has red color. And
why Passive Control? For women?
No. It doesn't have really a simple explanation. It's more just the way I find out these titles, and just like by instinct hooked on these word combinations.
It could be, if you say women, they are not physically in control.
Yes.
But they can be passively in control.
Yes, they can. Yeah, definitely. I didn't want it to say it, but they definitely, women have other ways than open and aggressive ways to control things and get there where they want to be. It's maybe an instinct, but maybe it's something that society made them to learn. You know, they had to.
And music-wise, what sort of?
And of course, the album is also very much inspired by my own life, as all of them. Musically, I try to be less this time. I try to use much less featuring or like collaborating artists. There is only just a few, a guitar player and a singer. And the idea was that I wanted to find a female singer for the album, because I wanted to sound this album totally female, also by the voice. And I was also very busy in mind with MySpace and the whole networking thing on the internet. So I found it very thrilling and exciting to find a singer through MySpace or internet, some person who lives in another country, and how is it possible to connect with such a person in real life and actually do work with her. So that's why I worked with a German singer from Cologne. It was a very interesting experience.
For you, was it hard to make such an album? Because, well, you wanted to be the album to be well, the theme be women. Was it hard for you as a man to dive into that world?
A little bit. I still don't know if I could completely, you know. It's still like a point of view of a man, but about this subject. This is the most far I could get in this subject. Yeah.
And what do women say about the album?
They seem liking it. So I do think that there is some success about that, the whole message of the album.
Yeah. Well, you also said that it's about control. Also, passive control also has something to do with social media.
Yes, like a lot of people, I realized that they stop communicating in real life and they just more sit behind the computer and make their social life through the internet. So this also gives you the feel of being socially active, but at the same time you are not. Or there is like a big part is lacking, that you actually meet another person and be in the same room with that person and be close with him or her. Which is like a very important thing, also the meta-communication, not only by words or in writing, but just to look at the person, look in the eye, the body language, these kind of things. And also with regards to passive control, the other side is a bit of a very simple and basic, but still I think important life philosophy thing, that it's not good to try to grab too hard the wheel, you know, try too hard to control things. Everything will happen in the way it wants to happen. So you can try to ride the waves as much as you can, but still you can't control them. You just can travel on them.
Do you also record your music this way?
Yes, I always do that way, but with this album I definitely was like totally giving the control to the music itself. So I wasn't trying to force anything on it. I more defined what I do not want to do. So the way I selected the songs, I just like selected out several things. I don't want this song, I don't want that song because of this and that. So all the things that stayed in, that's the album.
It's now the end of a trilogy. What do you want to do now, music-wise?
I have like several ideas for now, like 2-3 different albums. I would more like to go to like side project thing, when it's not that seriously an album, but more about a certain theme, like a book or about a historical figure or whoever. And I would like to make a longer piece of music about that subject. I get ideas like this. And at the moment I'm also touring a bit, and since the spring I made a concept called Yonderboi in house, and this has like music from or tracks from each of my albums, and I changed them, remixed them completely to fit the live show. And I would like to develop these ideas a bit more, and maybe also release these songs.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the interview.